Thank you, Melissa. Your friendship continues to be a treasure in my life. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first thank the Wisconsin Soccer Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this tremendous honor for my brother and our family. Congratulations to all the 2025 inductees. It is such an honor to be in your presence. To Brett's friends, to my friends, thank you for continuing to hold us up and keep Brett's memory alive in all you do. To our family, ones who traveled from Minnesota, California, and Indiana, your presence here tonight is such a testament to the love and pride our family continues to have for Brett. Thank you. Thank you to the coaches, to the teammates, the opponents, and the referees that all helped shape Brett's career, starting with club play in Brookfield. Your impact and influence was evidenced in the countless hours spent in our backyard in Brookfield taking shots on goal, in the trajectory of Brett's career to become a coach himself, and in growing the tremendous talent that landed him here among the elite of Wisconsin soccer. Thank you. Over the last 10 years, there have been numerous occasions to celebrate Brett's successes, and my God, it never gets easier to accept them in his absence. However, because of how humble he was, I am glad I get the opportunity to highlight his accomplishments because he would have greatly underplayed this achievement. To tell the story of Brett's success requires telling the story of our parents' dedication and sacrifice. Pop, thank you and Mom for your devotion to Brett and my goals and aspirations. Your loving support allowed us to be great. This Hall of Fame induction is a shared celebration and direct reflection of the love you both showed us growing up. The Wiesner name lives on in Wisconsin soccer because of the hundreds of thousands of miles traveled to get to tournaments domestically and abroad, coast-to-coast college visits, countless pairs of cleats, and hours watching Champions League. Thank you, Dad. This honor is yours and Mom's as well. Guys, this experience, this nomination, from nomination to induction and writing this speech, has provided me with the opportunity to get to know my brother again, to reconnect and remember the incredible, gifted talent he had. In reading through the letters of nomination from CJ Class, teammate on the ODP Regional, US National, and UW Husky teams, Michael King and Giuliano Loguero, teammates on the Milwaukee Wave, Jim Longer, Associate Director of Coaching for Wisconsin Youth Soccer, mentor and coach instructor, Bill Armstrong, women's varsity soccer coach at Brookfield East, and my dear Uncle Bob, a lifelong fan. I was brought back to a time where Brett's name often graced the front pages of the sports section of the Journal Sentinel. A time where his celebrity was growing locally. A time when Friday night lights at Brookfield East shone brighter when the opponent was Marquette or Brookfield Central. A time when the college letters of inquiry began arriving, and the day the NCAA coaches could finally make their calls. In these letters, Brett's selfless play, relentless work ethic, and dedication to mentoring young talent were recalled. His off-the-field camaraderie, inspiration for youth players, and innate athletic ability were remembered. Michael and CJ both mentioned that on the field, Brett was a constant offensive threat. They said that beyond his athletic prowess, Brett was a man of integrity and compassion. Had a positive and caring nature, and was a positive role model seen with respect by all. He also had a profound love of family. Amazingly, his impact off the field became bigger than the game. From Parade All-American to Gatorade Player of the Year, to receiving the Best Field Player Award during international play in Austria, and missing his own high school graduation, Brett became one of the top recruits in the nation in 2021. One of Brett's favorite quotes was, "I have a competition in me." As family and friends and anyone that met him at the dartboard would know, Brett sought greatness in all he did. For him, the goal of sport and competition wasn't necessarily to be the best, but to bring out the best in others. He never played down to his opponent. He existed to excel at all he did and bring those around him with him. As I was writing this speech, I thought to myself, if I could tell the world one story about my little brother, what would it be? And I always return to this. When playing for the Milwaukee Wave during halftime, the team would re-enter the stadium with soccer balls to kick into the stands. Sometimes Brett would find my mom in the stands and line drive one right to her. But more often, his eyes would settle much lower. He would look to the sidelines. He would find the fans who couldn't physically make it in the stands, those bound to a wheelchair or taking care of someone who was. His character compelled him to see out of bounds. Those were the fans that received his greatest gift, kindness. As Melissa mentioned, after Brett's passing in 2014, my dad and I developed the Brett Wiesner Scholarship Fund in conjunction with the Wisconsin Youth Soccer Association. To date, as mentioned, we've raised over $100,000 in scholarship funds and supported over 700 young athletes in their pursuit of greatness at our annual golf outing. The Olympic Development Program catapulted Brett's soccer journey, and all money raised at this event is given to the Wisconsin Youth Soccer Association to support young soccer dreams. You will find information in your program about this year's golf outing, and you are all formally invited. My brother did the work. He deserves this honor, and he sure as hell left it all on the field. Please join us on June 22nd and keep looking to the sidelines as Brett did. Thank you.